Then you take a little time off from being unstoppable just to regroup and relax.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not.
It gets the people going.
Hey, so it is a new day, a new beginning. It's Happy Hump Day. Happy Hump Day, my friends. What day is it? Kevin. Okay, so today we are going to discuss macros. That is the style of eating I choose. If that's what you want to call it. It is also known as IIFYM. It's an acronym for If It Fits Your Macros. It's also known as flexible dieting. This is something that I was introduced to a couple years ago, but really started to follow at the beginning of 2015. The beginning of 2015 started out with an injury for me. I have degenerative disc disease, and that was brought on from an accident. It has caused herniation of a disc, a couple of bulging discs, nerve damage, things like that. So very painful, and I was about 60 pounds heavier than I am currently, starting out last year. So I had to do something, and where I've always enjoyed working out, this was something that I needed to get control of my nutrition and my diet per se, how I ate. So I looked into this. This seemed to fit me the best. The reason why I think it helped me the most is because I had developed so many bad eating habits that this allowed me to kind of slowly transition into a healthier eating style, a healthier lifestyle. Basically what you're doing is you are tracking your protein, your carbs, your fat, and most importantly, or equally important to all those, your fiber. A lot of times that doesn't really get talked about in the macro world. We tend to focus on protein, carbs, and fat, but fiber is very, very important. So from the health perspective, fiber is definitely something you want to make sure that you are also paying attention to. We have in our, like scientifically and in our world, in our diet, macronutrients and micronutrients. The macronutrients are obviously your protein, your carbs, your fat, and your fiber. Water is also considered a macronutrient. So you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water to make sure you're staying hydrated and that all your bodily functions are working properly. Your micronutrients are going to be like your vitamins and minerals, things that you need on a smaller amounts of. So proteins make up 4 calories per gram of protein. Carbs make up 4 calories per gram of carbs. Fat are 9 calories per gram of fat. So obviously fat is a little bit more dense. Basically, you can go online and find all kinds. Bodybuilding.com has a pretty good calculator to figure what you would need in your diet. A lot of people will do like a split, like a 40-30 split. 40% of your calories come from protein, 30% from carbs, 30% from fat. And those are great starting points. Everyone has to start somewhere, and then you kind of have to figure out how your body responds. I actually, which it works out really well because I love carbs, I actually have a higher carb load than my protein. I think it's really good because this flexible dieting or macro diet allows people to transition slowly because it gives you control of what you're eating. So basically, if it fits within the parameters of your daily, your daily allowance of protein, carbs, fat, fiber, whatever, then obviously you can eat it. So it allows you to kind of transition into a healthier lifestyle. Obviously, ultimately, you want to be eating healthy a good portion of the time just because you want to take care of your body. But there is nothing wrong with splurging. Everybody's got to live their life. So you just make it work within your daily allotment of grams of each of these categories. It's very easy to do. It's a little bit of a challenge, or was a challenge for me, to get all of my protein in, all of my carbs in. I think once you start being aware, you tend to realize, oh my gosh, how am I going to eat all this? So that's a great problem to have because mama can eat. So that kind of begins things. Why are these macronutrients important? First of all, protein regulates the fluid balance in your body. So it's really important for you to have protein in your system. Obviously, that's also what's going to help you to build muscle mass and support all your tissue and muscles. Your carbs are a critical source of energy for your brain, as well as your red blood cells. Carbs also help regulate your bowel function, keeping you regular. So that is the danger in, stripping away one type of macronutrient, the no carb, low carb diet, the no protein, the all fat, what have you. Everything has its place, but it needs balance. And ultimately, balance and eating things that are within a healthy parameter, and then also being able to live a little and enjoy life, I feel like is the best recipe for long-term goals and long-term living, more of a lifestyle instead of a diet or a fad. So, fat is important because fat is required for the synthesis of hormones. So it regulates hormones. So it's very, very important to have healthy fats in your diet. It also helps regulate other body processes. Fiber is important because fiber not only regulates and helps keep your bowel movements proper or maybe not proper is not the right word, but healthy. It's also going to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, helps with blood pressure, things like that. So this is what's going to be kind of like those scrubbing bubbles for your intestines to keep things moving properly. So you're going to get a lot of your fiber from plant-based foods. Obviously, if you're eating plant-based foods, you are eating healthier anyway. So it kind of helps you to be more aware of just incorporating good whole foods into your diet, still being able to live and enjoy things. When you have a crazy day like I do, I'm a single mom. I work full time. I go to school full time. I try to work in my workouts, and I've got a house to take care of and groceries to buy and bills to pay and all this stuff. So sometimes we're just going to order pizza. So when we do that, I want to be able to enjoy it and not feel guilty, and that's what I do. So this has been a godsend for me. This has been something that's worked very well for my life and having a family. So if it's something that you have not heard about or checked into, I would highly recommend checking into it. There are several apps you can use, but one that I use is the FitnessPal app. I track my calories that I burn in the gym on that, and I also track my macronutrients on that. You can actually set it. It's a free app. You can set your macros based on the percentages that you want, the amount of grams that you want each day, and you can set that and keep track of it in that FitnessPal app. It'll also track your calories. Obviously, because you have a certain amount of calories per gram of protein, carb, fat, whatever, obviously the calories are all working out in there as well. So anyway, that is pretty much a quick rendition of macronutrient lifestyle and why that's something I chose that has worked very well for me. The weight came off very easily. I didn't feel like I was depriving myself. I tend to can be a little extreme on things, and so fad diets don't work for me because they work for a short time and then it's like, so that is not ever a good thing. You end up heavier than you started, and your body just doesn't function well like that. So this is a very scientific approach to health and nutrition. So I like that about it. I like that there is substantial evidence that this is actually good for your body. So I like that very much about it. It's something that there's a huge community of people that follow this lifestyle. A lot of fitness competitors do this. And so that's kind of fun because, you have a lot of people that are like-minded that follow this style of nutrition and eating. So anyways, I hope that helped explain a little bit. It just makes things really simple. I will put in a few little recipes for you, or little things real quick, just to give you a couple of examples. Nothing too intense, nothing too crazy, but hopefully it'll just kind of give you an idea of how food breaks down. And I'll put a couple links in the description bar below that you can check out that have been helpful to me to help me get things along. Of course, Pinterest is always a great option to go and find all kinds of recipes and ways to be successful. I have a whole board called Macro Baby. So anyways, I will put all that stuff in the description box below. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you're doing great this evening. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate your time and you coming by. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up and comment. I would love for you to share this with your friends and help me get the word out. So anyways, have a great evening. Make today your best. Seize the day. Mwah!
Let's escape.
Okay, so I'm going to make a quick shake using vanilla almond milk. It's unsweetened. My Quest protein and the vanilla milkshake flavor. This is great. It has great macros. 100 calories for a scoop, 0 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 22 grams of protein, less than a gram of sugar. You can bake with this. It's just great. And then also this fruit basket smoothie. This is from Aldi. If you have a Aldi locally, 80 calories, 0 grams of fat, 3 grams of fiber, 1 gram of protein. There's 2 individually wrapped baggies, so I have got about 12 ounces of milk in here, and I'm going to add a scoop of protein. I'm actually going to do a scoop and a half. I'm sharing this with my kids. They'll be in here once they smell it. And then my fruit. This has berries and bananas in it. All kinds of berries, so lots of antioxidants. The bananas will help with the fiber and like binding it, you know. And just blend it up.